Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in this episode, I think it's just gonna be another just sit down, randomly talking about a bunch of stuff. I need to come up with a name, like what to title these episodes and things. Like I feel like I should just call them like random talk, and then just just talking about a bunch of random stuff. Then for other episodes, I think I might just call them like random talk. But then I felt like I should have like each and every topic of what I talk about in the title and things. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, actually a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I feel like this should be considered as a random talk, because first thing I wanted to talk about, I feel like this would be a question that I will have to answer in the future, but who inspires me with YouTube, because I know like if people like you see what I have to go through from like 12-year-old kids to grown men making videos about me left and right, telling people not to watch my videos, overall mad at the world at what I do. Who would inspire me to like keep going on? Is there somebody I seen in a similar situation and then what they did, like them overcoming everything? Like does somebody out there inspire me? And to answer that question right now, no. Nobody inspires me with YouTube. In fact, I feel like nobody, I don't know. I'm not trying to really like call out anybody and things, but I feel like I have like little support when it comes to YouTube. Like I feel like I have like a small group of people. Just today, it was like happy to see that there's like other people like getting involved in me uploading videos and stuff, but I never really had like a person that would, actually no, I take that back. My best friend David. But I feel like as it goes on and stuff, eventually it just reaches a point in time where it's like, you might watch a video of that person here and there, but afterwards, and it's like, I felt like that I'm the only one that's like really just like being a like strong like fan for myself and things. Like I feel like I'm my biggest fan, and I don't know, like I'm not really trying to tell people like go like above and beyond for me and stuff, but I'll have to say like I'm my biggest fan. I'm the one that motivates myself to keep going. So if anybody inspires myself to keep going, it's me. And I'm not trying to sound like cocky or arrogant and things. Like that's just overall how it is. Like I'm the one that has to like turn the camera on or press play or stuff, and I'm the one that has to do all of that. I'm the one that really, there's like times though where there's friends that do hit me up and they'll like let me know and things. Like they are aware of like my situation, and they do like send me some like motivational messages and things. So to those friends, I appreciate you. But the 24/7 like supporter and stuff, I'll have to say that's all me. I never really had like a 24/7 supporter and stuff. So I overall I can't say that there's people out there that inspire me. Like I really never had like a motivation or anybody. So it was like I got into this and things with me being my own motivation, me inspiring myself, and overall like and I think I've talked about that before. Like there was a friend of mine had me in his video, and I remember I watched that video, and I don't know, like I seen myself and I got inspired by myself to just make YouTube videos. So overall, like when I see myself or like when people if people ever do ask me that question and stuff, like I'm the one that inspires myself. So just throwing that out there and things. I don't know. I feel like because it's, I see everybody around me. They're all like, oh, this person motivates me, or I like this person a lot, or this is my biggest inspiration in what I do and things. And I'm like, if anybody asks, I'm like, I never really had like anybody that like motivate. I feel like that's not even a conversation that gets stirred up, because it's like I wouldn't even know how to answer it. And I'm not trying to sound like arrogant or cocky. I'm like, well, I'm my biggest motivation in things, but I'm like, it's facts though. Like I never really had anybody to like look up to and things. I mean, it was like I said, there's people that like gave me motivational messages and stuff, but overall, I'm like, I don't know. I've had it where I'm like, I've had people like inspire me to do better. So I'm like, if I see this person in a situation where I'm like, man, they shouldn't even be in that, then I'm like, that inspires me to like do what I'm doing, but 10 times harder and stuff. So that's why it's like, if you do follow me on YouTube or anywhere and you see me post a lot, then yeah, like then I'm like inspired by like my motivation is to help this person out. So overall, like I the reason why I do what I do is to just help those around me. So yeah, overall, like 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 inspirations, motivators, and all that stuff. Like I sit there and try to like watch motivational videos and all that stuff, but I don't know. I think right now it ain't really inspiring me, but I'm kind of like picturing myself like trying to relate my situation toward with that situation, but the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. And I'm like, I feel like overall like the situation that he was in was like pretty bad and stuff, but he never really gave up and he was at his lowest. Like that dude in that movie, he was homeless at one point in time. That man was sleeping in the bathroom, but he still kept going. He still kept like pushing through, and then he ended up being a success. Like, was able to like build and like something for his kid to survive off of, and that's overall like how I want to live. Like I don't want to be homeless, but I'm just saying like overall like I want to be able to like for my kids like have something where they can just like fall back on, but also do some work themselves and things. So anyways, yeah, I've been like I don't know, that movie has been like heavily on my mind lately and stuff. Like I just feel like that overall like everything that I do, like I kind of like try to tie it in with that movie and things, and like look for stuff in that movie. So I don't know, maybe that guy, he might be my like person that inspires me to keep going and stuff, because that is a good movie, bro. I can watch that movie. Like Will Smith, he's done some good movies though. Like, let's just talk about that for a second, okay? Besides all of that, because I was going to talk about some other stuff. No, let's talk about Will Smith and his movies. I have yet to react to the Bad Boys trailer, because he's coming out with another Bad Boys, and Bad Boys, I grew up on that movie. Seriously, I grew up on that. I don't know, I grew up watching, like, a lot of, like, cop movies and stuff. But, yeah, Bad Boys, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, that was something that we didn't deserve. Like, I feel like that was something where I'm all like, why did we get this? Like, I mean, it was overall a good movie, but I was just all like, we didn't deserve this. Like, this was just too much comedy. Then they made a sequel. Like, that's, seriously, Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, both of my favorite comedians. Or like, they're like two of my favorite comedians, like, out of a group of comedians that I follow and stuff. But, yeah, I'm like, I didn't deserve this. That was like a birthday gift before. When did that movie even come out? I think that movie came out in like 95 or something. Like, I can't remember when that movie came out. Then Bad Boys 2 and stuff. And I'm like, man, that's the type of stuff where I'm all like, why? For what? Like, what good thing did I do to deserve that movie and stuff? I might just like try to find that movie over the weekend and things. You just heard something unzip. I got these Adidas pants where they like unzip at the like lower part of your leg. And so, yeah, I had to roll those up because my legs is feeling a little bit warm and stuff. I do that to air my legs out and things. But anyways, yeah. But no, talking about other Will Smith movies, Men in Black was good. Of course, The Pursuit of Happiness. That's probably like, it's that and I, Robots. Those are probably like two of my favorite movies of Will Smith. Then both of those movies are good. I know people might look at I, Robots as a corny movie and stuff, but I'm like, bruh. That last scene where all those robots went crazy, oh man, that was like probably my favorite like serious role, because I think that was the first time I seen Will Smith in like a serious role and stuff. Like, I mean, overall, like Bad Boys, it was serious too, but he had like a lot of comedy in it and stuff. In this one, like that Pursuit of Happiness, and I, Robots. Because those was like kind of like two of his like first like serious movies. I mean, he did have some other serious movies before that and things. Like, I grew up watching a lot of Will Smith movies, but those are like the two times I sat down and like noticed him being like serious and things. I think he has some movies before that, but yeah. What other movies? The one movie I had to say that I didn't like of Will Smith, because that day I wanted to go see a different movie, but my family, they wanted to go see this movie called 7 Pounds that he did. And that movie, because I had to tell people about that movie, like that movie, it just left like a bad feeling in my mind and stuff. I was just like, this movie, I'm like, I could have watched the movie and been laughing, but instead I'm watching the movie and I just overall feel sad. So anyways, to explain that movie to those that have never seen it, so he falls in love with this woman, but she had like she I think she thought that she was dying, or there was like they seen some test things, and I guess they overall thought that she was dying. So they gave her one of those like restaurant buzzer things, when they're all like, okay, so take this buzzer, when it goes off, come back up here, and then we'll let you know when your table is ready. So they gave her one of those, and it was like when it goes off, then you're gonna live. But if it doesn't, then I mean, when you dead and stuff, now I guess it never it didn't go off and things. And so Will Smith thought that she was dying, and bought a jellyfish from an aquarium, put it in the bathtub, and electrocuted himself to death with a jellyfish, and he died. And the girl survived. The buzzer thing went off, and she was like gonna live and things. And I'm like, why? Like, I would never, ever in my life, okay, do some dramatic stuff like that where I go to an aquarium and just randomly buy a jellyfish. Is that even allowed to buy for yourself? Like, no, let's talk about that. Can you buy a jellyfish for yourself? Because I thought jellyfish, those were like them sea creatures you just don't mess around with. You just let it off up in there and stuff. After I seen Finding Nemo, I'm like, I don't need to fool around with no jellyfish. They leave scars. I would not fool around with a jellyfish. I wouldn't even buy it. If I was in a situation like that, instead of killing myself, I would be by her side. I would be comforting her. I'll probably throw out the idea, let's get married. I'm like, have you ever been married before? No. Well, I mean, if what they're saying is true, and you can possibly die, let's live it up. Let's go crazy. Let's go out here and be wild. Like, I want to be that person where I provide as much of a life as I can to this person before they pass on and things. So yeah, I would not kill myself with I wouldn't even kill myself. I definitely ain't gonna kill myself with no jellyfish. That'd be way too painful. Man, like, Will, he was screaming and stuff. And I'm like, man, was he screaming? I don't remember. I just know that I didn't like that movie. Because I'm like, I would have rather went to go see a comedy movie. I would have rather watched all the seasons of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, including the 2 serious episodes, or actually no, 3 serious episodes when Carlton almost OD'd on the caffeine pills, when Will Smith's dad came and visited him, and then when Will got shot. I would have rather watched those episodes than that movie, because I'm like, that movie to me, I'm like, this was just sad. I'm like, I do not like sad movies, especially they ain't even adventurous. Like the movie Titanic, even though that was a sad movie, but that movie was adventurous. Like, you were going all throughout, you watched that movie and you are like, man, what is going to happen? But then, yeah, when Jack died, I'm like, dang, Jack had to die. I'm like, that's messed up, man. Overall, Jack, he could have lived, though. That's like an ongoing debate whether Jack could have lived. Because the thing that girl was on, though, that Rose, the thing that she was on to, like, balance herself from not being in the water, there is enough room. There is enough room. They could have been on that thing holding on and then been paddling their legs and stuff and balanced themselves out and stuff. But nah. Jack, I think, I don't know. He gave her, I felt like in that movie, though, like, he did kind of give her, like, an eye-opener. Like, because it was just like, overall, she was going to marry that millionaire dude and just probably have, like, just a horrible life. Because that man was, like, the original Ike Turner and stuff. That dude was crazy. But, yeah. Jack, like, opened up her eyes and stuff, and if she lived her life, she was happy. Then they show, like, a photo of her when she was a pilot and stuff. She out there flying planes and things. Like, yeah, that girl lived her life. She was happy. So shout out to Jack. Shout out to Jack. I think if I had to be like any romantic dude from a movie, I would want to be Jack. Cause that man, he was just drawing, just having fun, hanging with friends. Like, that man, he was living life. I think that's what I had to be. I had to be a Jack. Like, that's what I had to be, because I'm like, he was seriously, that dude, he was living life just in the short time we knew about him and things. And that's another thing about that movie Titanic. I don't think a whole lot of people know this about me, but I thought Jack and Rose was real people. And when I found out that they were fictional characters, I was hurt. I was hurt. For a second, I did not want to watch that movie because I'm like, are you serious? You mean to tell me I sat down and watched these guys go on this adventure? Y'all like open up these characters and where they came from. Jack saved a woman's life. Like she was dangling off of a boat. You guys overall told this story for no reason. I'm like, that is foul. That is messed up. I really thought that they were some real people. And I looked it up and they was just all like, Jack from Titanic was a fictional character that took place in real events of a Titanic ship sink. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Time out, rewind. We're going to go back over this again. Because I know y'all ain't seeing what I'm looking at, okay? Jack was real. Rose was real. Nobody ain't going to tell me different. Jack and Rose was real. Y'all, you guys can't create stuff like that without it being like, you know, like, they gonna try to convince everybody that it's fake. Nah, that was real. That was real. I know another movie I heard that was like, I never really sat down and watched it. I tried, but it was like, I seen what I needed to see, and it was the movie The Notebook. And I heard that because people always be saying that movie is sad. Like, it was like a close friend of mine's. He was even saying that movie was sad, and he got like teary-eyed watching it and stuff. But yeah, it was one of those like love story movies and things. That movie, I don't know, because it was like, probably, I'll have to say like, okay, like hands down, that's probably definitely one of like the like better love story movies of our time. There's probably a lot more better love story movies out there and stuff. But that movie though, because the guy, so I think what had happened, so he met the girl. They ended up like developing a very like good and strong relationship. But then her parents didn't like dude. So then he wanted to leave, and then she got mad and stuff and started slapping him. Then he was slapping himself. That's what I remember, because she started slapping him. Then he started going crazy and slapping himself. I'm like, wait a minute, why are you slapping yourself? Like, you would try to block the slaps and things like this, man. I'm like, what is going on right now? And so, anyways, then he went over to the military. Then she ended up finding another husband, or like another guy, and then was getting ready to marry him, I think. And then overall, then they started kissing out in the rain. And I'm like, see, thing is, because I think I've talked about this before and stuff. One thing that I just don't understand about these love story movies is when they be adding scenes in there that you know people are not. They ain't going to be doing that type of stuff in real life. Maybe to reenact the scene from the movie. But I know if there's places that can cover my head from rain, like I ain't gonna be getting wet while I'm like having a romantic moment with my girlfriend. The question is, why would I be outside kissing her when I can be inside of a building kissing her? You know, like a house or McDonald's or freaking my job somewhere, you know, where it's like we're not outside and we're over here like getting our clothes wet to have a romantic moment. I'm like, that's the type of stuff where I'm like, when they be having some things, like I know like the Romeo and Juliet story where she faked her death but then he killed himself, and I think then she woke up and then she killed herself, and I'm like, that's what? I'm like, what? Why? For what? What's the reason? People, it's like, I think I offend people when I be giving my take on like romantic movies, because I'm like, I see like the obvious in romantic movies. Like in Titanic, Jack could have lived. In The Notebook, dude ain't gonna be slapping himself if somebody's slapping you. Like, I ain't never seen some behavior like that before. What else about that? I feel like that's just like a little petty thing to talk about and things. But what else about that movie? I mean, it was a good movie though. Like they lived their lives like with each other and stuff. And it was just sad though, like them dying at the same time. I heard about that. I didn't see that. Well, actually, I did. But I was just all like, man, this just is overall sad. Like, why would the movie end like that? Like, I would have it end where it's all like, yeah, with they at the retirement home, like, chilling and talking amongst each other and stuff. But, like, these sad, like, movies and things. I'm like, man, I don't like sad movies. I really don't. Like, if it's, like, overall, like, a good movie throughout, then they might have a sad ending, like Furious 7. Now, that movie kind of got to me. That movie, it straight up did get to me. There's like that Fast and Furious 7, Paul Walker's last movie. I think today is his birthday. Yeah, I think today is his birthday. Happy birthday to Paul Walker, and also rest in peace to that man. But no, it was like, man, when they showed that scene where he pulled up on Vin Diesel, and then he was like, thought you can leave without saying goodbye. Then they started showing the flashbacks and then playing that song with Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth. I was like, well, here we go. In the feelings, cause yep, this done got to me. This done got to me hard. I'm like, man. I remember I told some coworkers, because they was like, I think we were having a conversation about sad movies and stuff, and they asked me what movie have I found sad, and I was like, Furious 7. That was the last sad movie I seen. That was the last movie I seen that made me sad. Overall, any other sad movie, I'm just sitting there just like, why did I watch this? Why did I make myself in a state where I'm now sad? Why did I do this to myself? Now I gotta watch a bunch of funny videos of cats chasing dogs and dogs chasing cats and then them running into something. Now I gotta make myself happy. Now I gotta binge watch a bunch of funny videos and a bunch of funny stuff and things. I'm like, I shouldn't have to do all of that. I shouldn't have watched this sad movie in the first place. But no, Furious 7, I was like, bruh, that movie, that was like that movie, I was like, dang, it didn't even need to go out like that. But it did, and I was like, dang, that's crazy. I was like, that movie, it was good though. I didn't watch it. I don't know. I remember because I was like, I watched 1, 2, 3, a little bit of 5, and then a little bit of 6, all of 7, and that was about it. I ain't watching any of the other ones after, or I ain't watched that Fate of the Furious. I don't think I watched 4. I only watched a little bit of 5. I think I got to the ending of 5. But yeah, then a little halfway through 6 because it was me and some friends. We showed up to the movie late, so yeah. Overall, I was like, I didn't really follow the movies, but yeah, when Paul Walker when he passed, I was like, dang man. I was like, you know, let me go see this movie and things, and so yeah, I was like, that was a sad movie. That was sad and things. I was like, yeah, I mean, sad what happened and stuff, but I was like, dang man, that's crazy. I know there was all they said that they rewrote the script to that movie. Then that has me thinking with other movies and stuff. Has there been times? Because I know there's times where they say there's actors that they don't overall like their role, and then they might not get hired on for the spot, or they might change up the role for that actor and things. Because I know there's they said that with Tupac. He was supposed to be in the Menace to Society movie. And they said that he overall didn't like a character in that movie, and I think they was he just overall didn't go through with it and stuff. But yeah, that makes you wonder. Is there other movies and stuff that it was supposed to be a certain way, but then it changed due to something and things? I know. Well, actually, no. What movie was it? And they was all they did that with the guy, and they changed it up. Not Paul Walker. It was another movie, I think. And they had to rewrite. I can't remember. It's there. I can see it, but I just don't overall know and things. I know they do that with music. They do that with music though. You can they'll add actors or have to change up the song or something like that for the artist's sake. I don't know, but anyways, no, it's but no, yeah, Furious 7 though. Back on that was pretty sad. I was like, dang man, they didn't need to go out like that. They're just showing a Domino's commercial and stuff. I had this Domino's cheese pizza. I'm mad at myself for eating the thing within a day. I remember I had 4 slices, because I had 3 slices when I got the pizza, 1 slice, and I had the 4 slices yesterday, and I'm like, dang, why did I eat that pizza so fast? I'm like, what was the rush? I'm like, dang man, I'm like, stuff like that. I'm like, that's why I wish I took my time on it. I wish I had 2 slices every day or something, and it could last a while. But now I got chicken strips, so it's cool. I ain't tripping in things. But anyways, what else can I talk about? Freaking today, I was like, bruh, it was so dope. There was customers coming in from my or coming into my job, and they were talking to me about YouTube and stuff. There was I think they say they started up a group chat and was sharing my videos and things. I'm like, man, that is amazing. I'm like, that's one thing though. I was they were saying that. I was I was happy and thing. I guess that was more so us kind of talking about the motivation thing. I was I think I mentioned that, but I don't know if I overall had talked about it all. But yeah, I was man, I like when customers and they be saying stuff like that and things. But anyways, I think I might have already had talked about that. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead and end this episode and things. But yeah. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Or if you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're listening to this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek for the first time, I had to think about it for a little bit, but if you're purchasing tickets from SeatGeek for the first time, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. Knocks $20 off your first purchase. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode, and peace.